Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Great. Thanks, Mary. Do you like my makeshift tank? Thanks, Mary. My mom and I threw that together. It was a last minute thought. Does anybody have any questions? It's pretty quiet. Okay, sounds great. Thanks, Mary. Or if you have any questions about Ecuadorians too, I'm happy to answer those. Hi, Clover. Excuse me, guys. Mom, will you please stop? You're making me nervous. My mom is in the background. Thank you, Clover. I appreciate it. Just so you guys all know, I was filling in for Tammy because Tammy had a family emergency. And it was very hard to read scientific papers. I'm not very good at that. Thanks, Clover. I appreciate that. It did. I felt like it did. My mom actually picked out that music. She did a great job doing that. Hi, Lyndon. Does anybody have any questions at all, or? And I know nobody can really see, but I'm wearing my Hermit House shirt. If you guys don't have one, please check out Mary's links and please support Hermit House. Yes, I love my Hermit House shirts. Clover asked if my crabs have ever mated. Yes, my crabs have mated several times, and I have attempted several times to breed them. And last year, my crabs mated, and I was successfully able to. Yes, Mary, I was successfully able to raise them, and I made 16 made it to land. So I'm an official Hermit House breeder. Yes, Clover. It was so exciting. Thank you. Yes. Unfortunately, I am here in Virginia for CrabCon, so I don't have any of my tanks, or I would show you one of my babies. It was very awesome, but it was very tiring. Yes, my tanks. Yes, Mary's right. She said, or fortunately, I am here in person for CrabCon. For those of you that weren't able to make it here in person, we do the in-person CrabCon every other year. So start saving your money now. It's a phenomenal experience to meet everybody in person. The crabbing community is such a wonderful community. And just amazing to be here in person. I've always done it virtually. And this year I decided to come in person, and I'm so glad that I did. It's just been such an amazing experience. And if you want to see my tanks, if you've never seen them, you can see them by going to the Hermit Crab Association and seeing them there. Or you can see my tanks on my Etsy store. I'm not currently running my Etsy store, but I still keep it up because you can see them there. Yes, the next in-person CrabCon will be in 2025. That's correct. But my store is called The Healthy Hermit, and that's on Etsy. And if you scroll down to the very bottom, that's where my tanks are. and I currently have 5 tanks. You're welcome, Clover. Does anybody else have any questions? True. I'll still stay in here. I'm pretty flexible. Does anybody have any questions about Ecuadorians? That tends to be my specialty. Sue asked who drew the picture behind me. Sue, this is my makeshift tank because everybody always has their tanks in the background, and I'm in a hotel room because I'm here in Virginia. My mom and my mom's here with me. She came to CrabCon. And we decided, I came up with it last minute. I said, oh my gosh, Mom, will you run to the store and get some poster board and markers, and let's do a little tank in the background. So my mom and I both threw it together. My mom did most of it. But yeah. So, oh, thank you, Clover, for throwing that link up to show my tanks. I appreciate that. So this is, my little makeshift tanks because my makeshift tank because everybody, usually has their tanks in the background. It's a little bit better than just having a plain hotel room. I have 8 Ecuadorians, Clover. Yeah, they're my favorite species. I love all of them, but you should, Sue. It's been pretty quiet. I think a lot of people are typically on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, so I try to pop in there every once in a while. But I do, I do love the old-fashioned forums. Clover is asking, well, I guess I don't need to say it out loud. Everybody's in the chat. Ecuadorians tend to be smaller, Zoe, than purple pinchers. Last year, Mike and I were raising the Zoe at the same time, and we thought we were raising Ecuadorian. And to be honest, we still don't know what the species are. They could be purple pincher, they could be mixed. They act like Ecuadorians, they look a little bit like purple pincher. But Mike had a spawn of purple pincher, and they were probably 4 to 5 times the size of the Zoe that we had that were 3 weeks old. And it was crazy how large they were. So I'm still convinced that I have a mixed species, but the only way that we'll know for sure is I was talking to Dr. Tudge is by doing a DNA testing. So we are in the works to find out if we can do that. He's going to check with some colleagues to see if they have DNA of Ecuadorians and DNA of purple pinchers. And yeah, it would be interesting. So maybe that's a topic for CrabCon next year or in 2025. Well, so the eye shape is right now of purple pinchers, but they walk backwards like purple pinchers. They're very active like purple pinchers, but they have a little tinge of purple on their claws. So we're just not sure. Like I said, I'm still convinced they're a mixed species because they're just so tiny. as Zoe, and like I said, compared to how Mike's purple pinchers were and how they act and behave in the crab habitat. Purpley. Clover. Darcy actually had two species mix. Yes, she had two species mate. She has it on video. Mm-hmm. So, and the other reason why I think they're mixed species is because when I found the Zoe, I had the E coming out of the water. So when I walked in and I found all the Zoe, the Ecuadorian was actually coming out of the water. So don't know. But now I have pulled all of my purple pinchers out of my Ecuadorian tank. So now I'll know for sure if I have Ecuadorians breeding. It's very interesting. But none of us know for sure if they can breed, interbreed. Yeah. Tammy, I'm not sure. I honestly don't handle any of my crabs. So the only way that I know is if I see Zoe in the pool or if I ever see them mating, and if I'll ever do it again. To be honest, it was very strenuous on my health. It was like having a newborn baby. If I knew for sure that they were Ecuadorians, I probably would do it again. I'd probably have to fly my mom in for help. But if it's from any of my other tanks, yes, Zoo, thousands of newborns. Because I also have 5 dogs and a cat and a husband. My children are all moved out of the house now because they're older. But if they're from my other tanks, I would probably mail them out to potential breeders. And hopefully, there will be more people that are willing to try. Because it would be great to get more input. Tammy, you were so helpful to me last year, and I am so appreciative to all the information you gave me. And I am still convinced that you were part of my success and, helping me build that final tank that helped them get to land, and I'm so appreciative to you for that. And Sue, you've been amazing in the forums. I've loved reading, all of your information. Yeah, Sue, I understand that, especially since, yours go to Megalopa so quickly. But it would be worth a try. I mean, ours shouldn't be able to go without circulating water either, but we tried it. And if you think about how the packages are tossed here in the United States, it worked. It's so amazing that it worked. It's incredible. And to get more breeders to be successful and to get, the industry to shut down or even slow down would be incredible. Oh, and Tammy, also those glasses were so incredible. I bought a pair for Darcy and Mary and Mike, and oh my gosh, those were amazing. Yes, Sue, that's actually what I did when I first had found all my Zoe is I went and I bought hardware buckets. They were 5-gallon buckets, and I split them up, and I drove an hour, and then Mike Bucoder and Jeff Songster, they drove up, and I gave them each a third of my Zoe, and that's how, we split up the clutch that I ended up being successful with. And I think that was also part of my success, is I wasn't overwhelmed because I just had a third of the clutch to deal with. No, Clover. I don't ever see Ecuadorians in the pet stores here. The only ones that I see are purple pinchers. And I think that's why we don't see that many Ecuadorians, is I think that most of them that are in the pet stores, excuse me a moment, find the unfortunate circumstance of going to people that aren't educated about hermit crabs, and they're unfortunately passing away due to unfortunate circumstances of not getting the right husbandry. Sue, oh my goodness. You need to get me your address, and I will ship you a pair of these glasses. Tammy sent me a pair of magnifying glasses that you just put on your head, and they magnify the Zoe, and it's just incredible. They're absolutely incredible. And what I did is I took it a step further, and I went on Amazon and I bought these glasses for Mary, Darcy, and Mike that had a light on them too, and had several different lenses, strength that you could attach to the glasses to make them even stronger. And they were incredible, because then you didn't have to use your phone to take pictures to see the Zoe better. It was phenomenal. I mean, it was like looking through, oh my goodness, a microscope to see the Zoe. I mean, what you could see with these glasses was just phenomenal. Yeah, like Tammy said, they're magnifying glasses that jewelers use. They were just incredible. I got them from Amazon. And they were only like $15 a pair. They were incredible. And they came with this, the ones that Tammy sent me were actual glasses. And the ones that I bought, they were headbands. It was incredible. But they were a lifesaver. They were a lifesaver. They were great. They were a game changer. Like I said, Sue, you need to get me your address. I'll buy them and ship them to you. They're great. Because I really liked just using them to just look at my crabs. Like I would go up to the tank and be like, and you could see things that you never saw before. It was really cool. Tammy also, gave me some advice on foods that she used on feeding, her megalopa. And so I added that to, what I was doing. And I felt like that helped. And then that helped me go, oh, well, if she fed this is similar to this. So then I started doing a little bit more research, and thanks, Sue, I got that. So then I started doing a little bit more research, and I started saying, okay, well, my crabs loved, or my little megalopa loved this, so let's try this. and then I would try this, and they just thrived. I had, or actually my Zoe tried food, and then I had 1,200 megalopa, but I think I had something in my Chaeto that was killing them because I only ended up with 16 to land. So any other questions? Crickets. No. Male and female crabs have the same kind of claws. One thing that I've noticed with my crabs is females tend to be a little bit bigger than males. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that. Tammy and Sue, have you guys noticed that? Oh, Sue has the opposite. Yep. So Megan, you have the same. Megan, do you have what species do you have? You have purple pinchers. Yep. Oh, and Tammy, your males are larger than females. That's interesting. With my purple pinchers, the ones that I've noticed, my females are larger. Wow. Yeah, it could have to do with age. Sue, do you ever think that you'll be able to come to CrabCon in person? Yeah. I really wish that, more of the international people could come. It would be great to meet everybody in person. It was so much fun this year. And Tammy, I hope that you'll be able to come in 2025. Yes, yes. Yeah, the great thing here, Sue, is Mary and Stacy had name tags for us. So we all walked around with name tags the whole time. So there was no having to remember everybody's name. So it was great. All right. Well, if nobody has any more questions, I think I'll go ahead and end the session. Thanks, Tammy. Everybody, please remember to try to support Hermit House by going and buying a t-shirt. The t-shirts are great. They're really nice and comfortable. I think Mary has it off of her link. I know you can definitely find the link off of their Instagram account. I hope everybody has a great day. I know the logo is so cute. I hope everybody has a great day and enjoys the rest of CrabCon. Bye. Thank you, Tammy.